Paris's dark secrets. The enigma of the abandoned Grand Astoria. In the heart of Paris, nestled in the shadow of the iconic Eiffel Tower, stood the Grand Astoria Hotel, a magnificent structure with a dark history. Once a symbol of luxury and opulence, it now lay abandoned, its elegant halls echoing with the whispers of its tragic past. At the center of our story is Sophie Laurent, a young and ambitious journalist with a passion for uncovering the truth. Sophie had always been drawn to mysteries, but none captivated her quite like the legend of the Grand Astoria Hotel. Determined to unravel its secrets, she embarked on a journey that would change her life forever. As Sophie delved into the hotel's history, she discovered a tale of love, betrayal, and tragedy. It was said that the hotel was built by a wealthy aristocrat named Henri Duffert, as a gift for his beloved wife, Isabelle. However, their happiness was short-lived, as a devastating fire swept through the building on the night of its grand opening, claiming the lives of many guests and trapping Henri and Isabelle inside. Driven by a desire to uncover the truth, Sophie embarked on a perilous journey into the heart of the abandoned hotel. Along the way, she encountered a cast of characters, each with their own connection to the hotel's haunted past. There was Maxime, the enigmatic historian who had dedicated his life to unraveling the mysteries of the Grand Astoria. With his sharp wit and encyclopedic knowledge, he became Sophie's reluctant ally in her quest for answers. Then there was Lucille, the elderly caretaker who had lived in the hotel since childhood. With her weathered face and piercing eyes, she knew more about the hotel's secrets than anyone else. But her memories were clouded by grief and regret, and she spoke in cryptic riddles that only added to the mystery. As Sophie explored the hotel's decaying halls, she encountered strange phenomena that chilled her to the bone. Phantom footsteps echoed in the empty corridors, and shadowy figures lurked in the darkness. But she pressed on, driven by a relentless determination to uncover the truth. As she delved deeper into the hotel's past, Sophie uncovered a web of lies and deceit that stretched back decades. It seemed that Henri Duffert had been involved in a forbidden affair with a young chambermaid, whose vengeful spirit still roamed the halls, seeking retribution for the injustices done to her. But the biggest revelation came when Sophie discovered a hidden chamber deep within the bowels of the hotel, its walls adorned with faded portraits of Henri and Isabelle. There, she uncovered evidence that the fire that had destroyed the hotel had been deliberately set, part of a sinister plot to cover up a scandal that threatened to destroy Henri's reputation. Armed with this knowledge, Sophie confronted the truth head-on, facing down the vengeful spirits that haunted the hotel's halls. In a climactic showdown, she exposed the dark secrets that had been buried for so long, finally bringing peace to the restless souls trapped within the Grand Astoria's walls. As dawn broke over Paris, Sophie emerged from the abandoned hotel, her heart heavy with the weight of the secrets she had uncovered. But she knew that her journey was far from over, for there were still mysteries waiting to be unraveled, and stories waiting to be told. And as long as there were secrets to uncover, Sophie Laurent would be there to uncover them. The story of the Grand Astoria Hotel was just the beginning. Armed with her newfound knowledge and a sense of purpose, Sophie returned to her small apartment in the heart of the city. There, she pored over her notes, determined to piece together the full extent of the conspiracy that had engulfed the hotel so many years ago. But as she delved deeper into the mystery, Sophie found herself drawn into a web of intrigue that reached far beyond the confines of the Grand Astoria. It seemed that Henri Duffert's connections stretched into the highest echelons of Parisian society, and there were those who would stop at nothing to protect their secrets. Undeterred, Sophie continued her investigation, determined to uncover the truth no matter the cost. Along the way, she encountered new allies and adversaries, each with their own agenda and hidden motives. There was Francois, a dashing young detective with a troubled past and a keen intellect. Together, he and Sophie navigated the treacherous waters of Parisian high society, uncovering a tangled web of lies and deceit that threatened to tear the city apart. But for every step forward they took, it seemed they were met with new obstacles and dangers. Dark forces lurked in the shadows, watching their every move and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Yet, despite the dangers that surrounded her, Sophie pressed on, driven by a relentless determination to uncover the truth and bring those responsible to justice. For she knew that the secrets of the Grand Astoria were just the tip of the iceberg, and that the true extent of the conspiracy reached far deeper than anyone could have imagined. As she delved deeper into the heart of darkness that lay at the center of Paris, Sophie knew that her journey was far from over. But with courage in her heart and a fire in her soul, she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, no matter the cost. For she was Sophie Laurent, and she would stop at nothing to uncover the truth. Sophie uncovered a sinister plot that threatened to shake the very foundations of the city. It seemed that the fire at the Grand Astoria Hotel had been just one small piece of a much larger puzzle, one that involved corruption, greed, and betrayal on a scale she could scarcely imagine. With each revelation, Sophie found herself drawn deeper into the web of intrigue that surrounded her. She uncovered evidence of bribery, blackmail, and even murder, as she followed the trail of clues that led her ever closer to the truth. But very soon, Sophie began to realize that she was not alone in her quest. There were those who would stop at nothing to protect the secrets of the past, powerful forces who would do anything to silence anyone who dared to uncover the truth. Yet, despite the dangers that surrounded her, Sophie refused to back down. With the help of her allies, she fought tirelessly to bring those responsible to justice, even as the odds stacked against her seemed insurmountable. Suddenly, Sophie's perseverance paid off, and she finally uncovered the truth behind the conspiracy that had haunted the city for so long. The corrupt officials and powerful businessmen who had once wielded their influence with impunity were brought to justice, their crimes exposed for all to see. As she stood in the shadow of the Eiffel Tower, Sophie felt a sense of satisfaction wash over her. The ghosts of the past had been laid to rest, and the city was free from the grip of corruption that had threatened to consume it. But even as she celebrated her victory, Sophie knew that her work was far from over. For in a city as old and storied as Paris, there would always be new mysteries waiting to be uncovered, new secrets waiting to be revealed. And as long as there were those who sought to hide the truth, there would always be someone like Sophie Laurent, ready to shine a light into the darkness and uncover the secrets that lay hidden beneath the surface. After a few days, as Sophie meticulously combed through her notes one evening, she stumbled upon a small, overlooked detail that sent chills down her spine. It was a seemingly innocuous piece of information, a faded photograph tucked away in the corner of a dusty file. But something about it stirred a feeling of unease in the pit of her stomach. Intrigued and unsettled by this discovery, Sophie decided to revisit the scene of the crime, the abandoned Grand Astoria Hotel, one last time. Armed with a flashlight and a sense of foreboding, she made her way through the dilapidated corridors, her heart pounding in her chest. As she reached the heart of the hotel, Sophie found herself drawn to a hidden alcove she had overlooked before. There, hidden behind a crumbling wall, with a sense of trepidation, Sophie began to piece together the clues she had gathered, slowly unraveling the twisted tapestry of lies and deceit that surrounded the Grand Astoria. And as she delved deeper into the mystery, she made a startling discovery that turned everything she thought she knew upside down. It seemed that the fire at the Grand Astoria Hotel had not been an accident at all, but a deliberate act of sabotage orchestrated by someone within the hotel itself. And the key to unraveling the mystery lay in the identity of a single individual, a shadowy figure whose true motives remained shrouded in mystery. Determined to uncover the truth, Sophie made the bold decision to start her investigation from the beginning. With each new lead she pursued, she found herself drawn deeper into a web of intrigue and betrayal that threatened to consume her. But Sophie refused to back down. With the help of her allies, she pursued the truth with unwavering determination, even as the dangers that surrounded her grew ever more dire. And as she stood in the ruins of the Grand Astoria Hotel, she knew that her journey was far from over. Story continues. Thanks for watching.